Pythagorean theorem word problems. You start driving north for 9 miles, turn right, drive east for another 40 miles. At the end of driving, what is your straight line distance from your starting point? So, first order of business, let's give ourselves a compass and just review the directions on a compass. So, going north or up, that's north. Going to the right would be east. Going down would be south. And then going to the left would be west. I just remember it because never eat soggy waffles or never eat shredded wheat or whatever you want. But there's your compass. You don't have to draw the compass, but I did put it here just in case you're not aware of it. It says we start driving north 9 miles, so I'm just going to give myself a dot here, and I'm just going to label the start because that's where it says that we start. And then it says I go north, so I'm going to draw a vertical line, and the length of the vertical line is not as important as making sure that it's vertical. And it said that was 9 miles, got it. And then it says I turn right and drive east, so kind of copying the compass, I'm going to go to the right. Now, the length of this, again, is not as important as getting the actual numerical value. So it says I drove east for 40 miles. So notice that 40, that should be almost like more than 4 times as big as that, but it doesn't matter. Again, if it was a short side, that's fine as long as it was marked with 40. Got it. So I drove north for 9, and then I turned right and drove east for 40 miles. And then it says, what is your straight line distance back to the starting point? So I'm just going to use a dashed line just to emphasize that we're actually trying to find out what that is right there. Using our diagram from the other day, please remember that the sides that actually touch the right angle, so I'm just going to put my right angle here, obviously that's a square there. These two sides right here that I label, these are my legs are my A and my B. So I'm just going to go ahead and put, I'll mark this as A, and then I'll mark this one as B, or you could mark this as A and then this is B. It doesn't matter. But again, drawing the diagram is really good just to make sure that you get the diagram, or you get the sides labeled. So there's my A, which is 40, and then this is my B side, which is 9. So I've got my A and B's, which means that this side over here, if I just draw it, the side that is across from the right angle, that's my hypotenuse, which is C. And I'll grab my green marker. Again, you don't have to use the markers, but I like to try and keep things as consistent as I can. So now that we know our A, B's, and C's, we can go ahead and we can punch in what we do know. So the Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. My A, let's see, I said A is 40. Again, we could put 9 in there instead. So I'd have 40 squared plus 9 squared is equal to C squared. The squared symbol means that we're going to take the number 40 and multiply it by itself. So that's going to be 1,600. Again, 40 times 40. 9 squared is 9 times 9, which is 81. And that's equal to C squared. Now we'll add these together. So that's going to be 1681 is equal to C squared. And then to get rid of a square, which is that little exponent 2, we'll square root the left and the right side. And by doing that, the square root and the square will cancel each other out. So the only thing that remains on the right side is C. Now I'll punch the, let's grab our calculator. And I'm going to type in the square root symbol, and then I'm going to put 1681. And it tells me over here that my square root is exactly 41. So there's no rounding, and I really don't think on this type of question that you're going to have any problems. So I'm going to put 41 is equal to C. And then to answer the question, notice that our units are in miles. So I'm actually going to put 41 and then write down the units with it. And that's what I'm going to box as my final answer for this. All right, let's punch that into Delta Math and see if we got that one right. And it looks like we're good to go. And notice they drew the diagram. Obviously, I think actually ours looks a little bit better, but notice that this side is 9 and that's 40, and this side looks shorter than that. But regardless, again, make sure you draw the triangle, label the side lengths, mark your unknown side with an A, B, or C. In this case, we didn't know C. Put the numbers into the given variable into the Pythagorean theorem, and then solve for the variable. And that's pretty much it.